And Tony was getting really grumpy. Oh, no, he said, all I got is marks and stains in the ground. I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter what stains you get in the ground, it's knowing what they mean.
Absolutely, and we've got the evidence here for a truly magnificent building.
All right, I take it back. You can tell a lot from stains in the ground. And since we know that the walls would have been covered in wattle and daub, the hall must have looked really impressive. But this isn't the only hall we think we've got on this site. The crop marks suggest there are 4 more. Yesterday we opened a trench and it looked like these are halls, which could make this a royal site. But the archaeologists aren't satisfied yet.
Look, we've done the detailed survey now, and I think what it clarifies is we don't have any entrances on the side walls of this building.
So that's not an entrance?
No. That's not.
It's our last day. We've only got enough metres left to dig one more trench. We know we want to put it in somewhere around here, but frankly, we've had so little datable evidence so far that we want to make sure we put it in somewhere that's potentially really fruitful. The question is where? Helen, how far have we got?
Well, I think what we're just saying is that what we need to be able to see is more clarity on this end wall. I think we really need to extend the trench here to be able to give us the other corner so we can see the whole thing. The trench is just too small at the moment.
How many more metres can we dig, Mick?
Well, we've got 209 metres accounted for, so we've got 250 allowance, so about 40 square metres maximum. We're probably looking at something 6 by 6 metres or less is all we've got left.
Provided Chris agrees, of course, because Chris is our English Heritage Inspector and he's like our archaeological policeman. And he's already said today that we can't extend a trench which we wanted to extend. So we've actually got to persuade you, haven't we, Chris?
You have, but I can see the argument for this because I think we've got a very clear question about this particular building and we're not going to answer it without going a little bit further in this direction. So I think, yeah, there's a very good case for extending this trench.
So the team begin to extend the trench to uncover more of the hall, hopefully find the entrance, and construct a picture of how it was built. But we're not only interested in the Anglo-Saxon buildings, we also want to find out about the people. And luckily, we've just got our first really personal glimpse of one of them.
What have you got there then?
Well, just found that in the spoil.
Ooh. Oh, that is fantastic.
Isn't that nice?
Yes, that is a 9th century strap end. They're a really characteristic shape with these kind of convex edges, and they do often fall off because they're on the end of a really narrow belt or strap. And 9th century, it doesn't fit in really with the date that we've been thinking for the rest of the site, which is largely 7th century. But this could simply have come from somebody walking across a field 200 years later.
So, nice find, but unfortunately, Helen thinks the strap end was just a casual loss, so it won't date our buildings. And as Matt's got to the bottom of his post hole, it's not the only date which is slightly surprising.
What's this about Roman? Oh, that looks Roman, doesn't it? Yeah.
So, not an Anglo-Saxon totem pole then, Paul. And heaven knows what the Romans were doing here. But over in the Grubenhaus, the Anglo-Saxons are beginning to make sense.
Is that a dog skull you found there, Faye?
Yes, it is. Here, have a look.
Is that what we'd expect?
Yeah. We think that they might be part of some kind of closure ritual, that when the building went out of use, depositing skulls, sometimes bits of animals, sometimes even bits of people, was part of the kind of ritual associated with the building going out of use, kind of ending its life in a way.
So you make an offering when the building's abandoned, in fact.
Yeah.
Right.
So the dog skull suggests that the grub hut didn't go out of use gradually, but was deliberately closed by the Anglo-Saxons, which might suggest it was demolished in order to make way for the hall.
Hello, my name's John Gator. Time Team is fan-funded by Patreon. This vital support helps us to make new episodes. Joining Patreon gives you access to exclusive interviews, 3D models and masterclasses, plus lots more.